Hey there, chompers! Welcome to my channel. Today, we'll be looking at the things I wish I knew in my first season of Stardew Valley. These tips don't make themselves available at the beginning of the game. Oh no! You gotta use your spidey senses. And for those of you that don't have, well, I'm sure things I wish I knew in my first season of Stardew Valley would help you out. So let's get chomping. Thing 1 I wish I knew. Your TV is your guide. Yes, the TV. The first channel to make an appearance is the weatherman. Not much help other than knowing whether or not it's going to rain or whether or not it's going to save my lazy bum and water my crops. For every day, there's the fortune teller. Yeah, it gives you an update on the luck you'll have for that day. Wednesdays and Sundays, the Queen of Sauce is on. It's a recipe learning channel, perfect for when you upgrade your house and start making delicious meals in your newly built kitchen. Be mindful that some recipes are required as part of journal quests, so get learning. Mondays and Thursdays is living on the land, which provide you with helpful hints about, living on the land. These things include where to find or do things in every season. Remember to keep your eye out for special secrets that the channel may broadcast. A good watch and a must. Thing 2 I wish I knew. Don't waste time. You only have 28 days in-game for each season, which each day consisting only of 15 minutes. When you've tended to your crops for all of 10 seconds it takes to water them, head into the caves to pick up some minerals, build friendships by talking to the townsfolk, or clean up your farm or forage around to make a quick buck. This is great for your long game when you amass a ton of resources for your disposal later on, and trust me, you'll need it. Thing 3 I wish I knew. Seed planting. On the first day of every season, get the most valuable seeds from peers and plant them. All crops have a time frame of growth, some short, while others quite long. Get planting on that day. Thing 4 I wish I knew. Aim your tools or pass out? Yes, this is a thing during your hoeing, pickaxing, or chopping of wood. Found in your settings menu, enable always show tool hit location. This is important when energy consumes at the speed of light, and you want to know that every hit counts. Side hint, forage seeds from these trees: maple, pine, and acorn. And once you've gained foraging level 1, the field snack will become available and craftable. Thing 5 I wish I knew. Crafting. There's a whole bunch of crafting things that can be found in your menu under the heading Crafting. I wish someone had told me. I got stuck wondering how the heck am I supposed to craft a furnace or a scarecrow for an entire week? Yes, as you've guessed it, these craftable items help you make all the necessary items you need in-game. Thing 6 I wish I knew. Oh, yes, items that don't use energy. Your scythe is a great tool for cleaning grass and rice shoots. A dagger for killing enemies or using your scythe on crystals is a great way to save on energy when you go cave exploring. Both of these won't sap your energy like a vampire looking for blood after 1,000 years of slumber. Thing 7 I wish I knew. Start cave exploring early. Try and do 5 floors a day. This will give you minerals, geodes, and ore, which is needed for crafting iron, copper, and gold bars, which in turn is used for crafting other items and upgrading tools. Thing 8 I wish I knew. Upgrade your bag. Try sooner rather than later. The number of items you loot from the cave on a lucky day can have you wishing your tiny little handbag was just a smidge bigger. Having more capacity is always welcomed, so increasing this is a great idea. Head over to Piers and simply upgrade. It costs about 2,000 gold. Thing 9 I wish I knew. Make money easy soon. Besides crop growing, try tackling the journal and foraging for items daily. You'll amass a small amount. Try aiming at building your chicken coop and barn soon. Once you hit pigs and truffle, life in the money lane becomes that much sweeter. Thing 10 I wish I knew. Forage around every day, especially on Fridays. Most items respawn on the daily, with special spawning berries in spring and fall during the middle of the season. They're good for snacks during energy dips and make you a good chunk of money when sold. FYI, the first season you start in is spring. Thing 11 I wish I knew. Build a chest and keep your seeds, wood, stone, fiber, artifacts, including your ore and minerals, as well as 2 of each item you forage. Why? Well, Gunther requires artifacts and the community center requires specific items for completion, while some NPCs will request items from you to complete a task in your journal. It's a good idea to get a head start on these, or you'll end up running around like a headless chicken. Thing 12 I wish I knew. Artifacts for Gunther. Minerals and artifacts you should give to Gunther. These items you dig up when you see little worms in your path or on the ground, or found in caves and geodes when broken open by Cliff the blacksmith. Completing Gunther's museum will help you further in your game. Thing 13 I wish I knew. Do the community center. It unlocks certain aspects of the game which are quite helpful. Try making sure you check this in your menu. It's the little tree to the top right side of the menu. When you hover over an item for the community center, the tree will indicate whether or not that item is still needed. It saves you from running back and forth like an overworked Junimo. And finally, thing 14 I wish I knew. Digging the trash. Yes, you poor person, you. Get dirty. Do this especially on lucky days. You could be lucky enough to pick up random items needed for the community center or minerals for Gunther. Just don't let anyone catch you. You could lose some friendship points. That's it for things I wish I knew in my first season of Stardew Valley. Thank you for watching. Remember, chomp a like, champ that subscribe button for future content. See you later, chompers!